because unfortunately some aspects of what I said were exaggerated. So today I want to clear up what was inaccurate as well as what was
Dax
true.
Flame, actor from 21 Jump Street and Project X, YouTuber from many years ago. He was a child many people were perplexed by because he would get so enraged and outrageous, and he'd always wear, his Sunday best for filming his videos when he was talking about school and life. But he was socially awkward. And you didn't know if this is a character that's being played by Dax Flame. Is this a character? Is this a real person? You can find out more about him in the iDubbbz documentary that he made a few years back. Dax is still that kind of enigma. Is he playing a character or is he a real person? And is this his real personality? The reason I'm making this video is 6 months ago, he quit posting for a while. He came back a week ago or so. He made a video about why he wasn't posting. He said that he was helping an unhoused family that he found at the park.
Months ago, I stopped posting videos and kind of just completely disappeared from the internet. And as much as I wanted to explain myself, I just didn't feel like I could due to some privacy reasons. But over the weekend, some things have come out on the internet about my situation, so I wanted to talk about it myself. That way you could hear it from me rather than other sources.
And that a TikToker had seen him doing so and was making TikToks about it.
And someone came up to me and started to talk to me about how he had made a TikTok about me without knowing who I was and didn't know I was a YouTuber or anything.
And then the Hollywood Fix was trying to put together a story about it, and he wanted to intercept that and put his story out there. Since the unhoused family he was helping had now found a home, he got him into a place. He totaled his car while teaching one of them how to drive. So all these things led him to not be able to post for 6 months. Well, today, just a few moments ago, as of recording this, he uploaded an apology video where he kind of outlines what he said and says none of this was true. In his apology video, we've seen a lot of those lately, right? Ukulele lady, I'm looking at you with your 2 in what is a ridiculous thing that you can't really apologize for. At least with Dax, this is something that you can look from an outsider's perspective and say he doesn't quite fit that role of conniving YouTuber. He seems like somebody who doesn't really work within societal norms. And in his head, he thought that the story he made up was better than the true story, which he's claiming now.
The actual reason I had stopped posting was because someone in my family had become sick and wished for their situation to remain private. They're doing 100% better now, which I'm very grateful for.
Is that a family member had fallen ill. He went to be where they are for their recovery. Then he came back, right? He did total his car.
Car got totaled when I was giving driving lessons to someone in need. Those were not true.
But it wasn't teaching somebody else how to drive. That was him. He totaled it. It's hard to tell what's true, what's not true. This could be a situation where the person that was in the original video, the unhoused person that he was talking about, had said he felt comfortable with him sharing the story and then kind of retracted that. And now he's trying to clear up the air by posing another story out there, positing it out there for other people to believe. I don't know. If you've followed Dax at all for his career, and so I've seen him as a YouTuber, a kid YouTuber, turn into not quite a movie star, but he was definitely in, some decent roles in Hollywood. 21 Jump Street was a big one for him. This kid always plays himself basically in these movies if you believe that Dax Flame is actually him. So that's something that is quite the debate, right? You could debate that all day because you never quite know with personalities. Is this the real them? Or is this a character that they've put out there because they don't want to be the real them in front of society? When we look at the apology video, he scripted it. He wanted to make sure that he correctly put out what he wanted to get out and all of it be put out there. He says in the apology, he paid the TikToker to make those videos about him going around the park, which upon closer examination, they don't look like a normal organic video. When you watch those TikToks, something is just off. He also says that he paid the Hollywood Fix to do their story on him as well. I don't know how to react to the apology. I can say that it's a good apology, as apology videos go. He owns up to everything that he did wrong. He offers a reason for doing it the way he did, and then says he's sorry and he's going to return to posting the regular type of videos he does after about a 2-week break. Where he goes from here, I don't know. I also am still sitting here going, what is real here, my guy? At some point, you got to be real here, because you've came with this story.
It needed 100% of my attention, and Cody had preferred for me to keep things private, which is another reason I couldn't talk about things at the time. And so now that everything is okay with him and his family, I can start making videos again.
Now you have this story.
Fortunately, some aspects of what I said were exaggerated. So today I want to clear up what was inaccurate as well as what was true.
You had an ill family member you had to take care of. I did as well. I took a month off. I came back. I talked about it a little bit, but I didn't go into detail because I don't want to. It's not necessary. Like, I share a lot of my life, but having ill family members or people in my family, they didn't voluntarily share their life. So it's not for me to tell you about what happened to them. You don't even owe an apology for taking a break. I know it's hard because you hear that your YouTube audience is only there for you as long as you're posting. You're only going to continue to gain momentum as long as you're posting. Now, Dax hosts a hot seat on Maximum Damage, another iDubbbz Alyssa channel that they have together, where their podcast is at and things. And, you know, that's kind of an off and on talk show where guests come on. He's had a few guests that were major YouTubers. Airsoft Fatty, I believe, was the first guest. This kid is like trying to regain that grasp in YouTube that he had before, where he was getting millions of views and things. I get it, but making up stories about helping unhoused people, helping the less fortunate get to a better place, that's not it, bro. You gotta, if you take a break, you take a break. You come back, you tell what you want to tell. You don't lie. You don't make stuff up. He's saying he wants to inspire people through this story. Well, when the story's not true, it's not that inspirational. To Dax, if you see this somehow, I accept your apology. I've watched a lot of your videos. I've watched you for quite some time. I think you're a good kid. You don't need to make up stories. You seem like a genuine person, whether you're playing a character or not. You seem like generally good dude. So there's no need to make up an inspiring story to tell people why you weren't on their YouTube feed. You've got a built-in audience. Just take care of them and make sure that you don't let this happen again, because it is a bad look now, because people are guessing what's real, what's not, and you're only hurting yourself. In reality, you making up the story about helping a person at the park who didn't have a home and they had a family, and you're teaching them how to drive and all this, that will hurt you in the future. You don't need to do that. You're allowed to have time off. You're allowed to have life happen to you and take time. And yeah, it might affect your views when you come back, but your audience is still going to be there with you. What will drive an audience away is not being real. So just be who you are, whether it's Dax Flame as a character, Dax Flame as a real person. Know what you're doing, and you don't have to make up a story to be a hero. You don't have to make up a story to be inspirational. I believe you've inspired quite a few people on your way up. And even when you're working at the ice cream parlor, when iDubbbz made the documentary, that's where he was at. Your story is enough to be inspiring, okay? So don't feel the need to make shit up. And that goes for everybody out there. If you're an aspiring YouTuber, don't do this. This is a bad look. You make up a story about you to make you seem like you're a hero, to try to evade questions about where you've been or anything like that. Bad look. But the apology that he wrote out and read, it seems genuine, and I hope that just from now on, you don't have to do that at all. What happens in your life is your life to decide what to tell and what not to tell. But what doesn't happen in your life, people are going to find out. They're always going to find out. So, best case, keep shit real with your audience. And that's that. I hope you're all having a great day. Look me in my eyes. I love you all. And Dax, have a good one, man.